Ladies and gentlemen of the press, we'd love to welcome you to this press conference that will be addressed by the former president of the Liberia Chess Federation, Mr. William T. Thompson. Mr. Thompson, the media.
Thank you very much. Distinguished member of the press, key stakeholders of the Liberia Chess Federation in Liberia and abroad, the leadership of our clubs, members and associate members of the LCF, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I am constrained to widen the scope of my internal advocacy and personal advices to the Honorable President of our Chess Federation on key issues that are damaging the image of the LCF. The Liberia Chess Federation, as one of the youngest national chess federations in Africa, has made several strides in the development of chess in Liberia. In 2014, under the dynamic leadership of our founding president, Mr. Honorable S.D. Tuet Jr., we acquired our accreditation with the World Governing Body of Chess FIDE and the government of Liberia, respectively. This began the birth of the LCF, which saw the visit of Africa Chess Confederation President Mr. Nkubi visit to Liberia to see the progress our young federation was making. Despite these gains, between 2016 to the beginning of 2018, we sadly lost nearly almost everything as a federation. The inability of our president back then, may so rest in peace, who assumed office from our founding leadership that had key stakeholders, the Reverend Leroy Gibson, Mr. Kemo Samula, and others, were quickly eroded down the waters. As such, the LCF could not maintain the gains from 2014. Through these actions, which is the meat of this conference today, which I will subsequently be discussing, let me, however, mention that our current president has squeezed some of these same actions in our federation, and this is getting really scary by the day. While we will discuss these actions in detail later, I must mention that our current president is employing similar actions that tinted our image between 2016 to the beginning of 2018 within our federation. It is becoming quite alarming and worrisome for the future of chess. Hence, this press conference has become cardinal to call national and international attention as we move forward. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, in 2018, the leadership of our clubs took a decisive stand to checkmate the menace in restoring the sanity to the LCF. We became unanimously elected as the president of LCF along with other key stakeholders. In 2020, we again gained the confidence of our people, the chess leadership, to continue the reformation processes of the LCF. It is cardinal to reflect that between 2018 to 2022, we worked collaboratively with other key stakeholders of our federation with the support of the government to secure a national headquarters and playing center for our LCF, to take Liberia to its first chess Olympia in Georgia, where one of our senior players, Mr. Jacob Jala, obtained his FIDE Master title. We hosted the first Grandmaster to visit Liberia, Mr. Michael Sharp, and it is key to mention that a young Liberian, Mr. Joel Apekuta, became the first and only person to secure a draw with him during the tour across Africa. We consistently maintain the representation of Liberia to all our zonal tournaments within the time frame. We hosted the African Juniors, which is the second most prestigious tournament in Africa, and that ended very, very successfully. We regularly held our General Assembly and National Championship, which gave the members of the Federation the voice and created a platform for each member to compete to become national champions of our Federation. We won our first only trophy during the African Amateur in Sierra Leone, which is currently the only international trophy Liberia has won in chess. We launched Liberia Chess in School program at the St. Teresa Convent. We branded the image of our federation by building strategic relationship with other partners, and we also purchased DGT electronic chess boards, which probably became the first electronic chess board set in West Africa, among many others that we cannot state here. Ladies and gentlemen of the Folk Estates, in 2022, We usher in new leadership with a hope of building on these gains to make LCF better year by year. Some of our noble institution has taken several unilateral decisions which is tainting the image of the LCF locally and internationally. It is key to mention that transparency, accountability, and progress are the cornerstone of any successful organization. And it is therefore imperative that we front these issues head-on to restore trust, integrity, and dignity to our federation. Key among these issues are the lack of comprehensive report to the chess body on financial dealings of the federation. Our Honorable President have intentionally refused to make financial report, which is creating several questions among our partners, government, and chess stakeholders as to how the federation is standing financially and what has been done with resources that are coming from the government and all our partners. The absence of a General Assembly, our Constitution have provided a pivotal cornerstone to solve all problems through the biggest assembly of chess association, which is the General Assembly. And I can mention to you that since 2023, we have not had a General Assembly in LCF, which is creating a serious problem. And the General Assembly is meant to establish the development agenda of the federation. And up to now, we cannot state anywhere that we have had General Assembly. November 30 have passed. We are now in April and pushing to May. There have been no national chess championship. Our constitution provides that every year in November we should have a national chess champion. We will have a new championship, and that has not been done. There have been several unclear local and international debts, which is creating a lot of problems with the image of our federation. Internationally, we are indebted to people, officials that came here to help our federation in organizing the zonal tournament here. And sadly, Liberia is absent in the ongoing regional chess championship. That's the West African Chess Championship that was just hosted in Liberia. It's currently ongoing in Nigeria. Liberia is nowhere to be found. Liberia is now present as the immediate host of the tournament. There were slots that were allotted to Liberia as a member of Zone 4.2, and these slots have been wasted, and Liberia cannot benefit from it. And there is no strategic plan of our federation. We should know what are we doing every year, every month, every week. It is lacking. No stakeholder knows what is happening every month. And quite recently, I think it has been reported that our federation headquarters have been closed. We don't know what is going on. We have been raising these issues and there are no concern about it. There is no clear calendar or events that we can point to, and there is no coherence in our leadership, all resulting to members of the leadership committee that we trust putting in alternative view that have been persistently overridden by the president for personal reasons that we don't know. It is each on these key principles, on these key issues that we have been raising, speaking in our chat rooms, communicating with our president. We have struggled too much for this federation, and we cannot sit and allow it being loaded in the waters. Hence, we must take decisive steps to restore the confidence of chess. To close, we are calling on our leadership to immediately organize a general assembly. We are also seeking our leadership to make financial reports that will make our partners and chess affiliates to bring confidence in our leadership. We also calling on our leadership to have a strategic plan that will outline a month by month, week by week, days by days activities of our federation. We are also calling on open collaboration within the leadership where we can see every member, elected member of the leadership working cohesively to ensure that our federation is taken to higher heights. I want to say thank you, member of the press, and God bless you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the voice of the former president of the Liberia Chess Federation, Thompson, who will entertain at most 2 questions. Your name and institution.
So, I'm Jahin Tumu, and I'm from British Africa. In your presentation, you mentioned that you have provided a vast consultation regarding, you as former president, you have provided that service. How have been the response from the current president and the issue of lack of making financial reports? What do you think or perceive to be the cause of these things?
The former president whom I ushered in on white ballot to the federation, and I casted the white ballot for him here at our General Assembly at the Thompson School. I cast the white ballot for him, and he worked along with me. I appointed him at the national push of the federation. We work together seriously. And when I see this mixtape, I call him to order. We invested too much in this federation. A decision cannot be only you. You saw me having meetings, collaborating, listening to you, listening to other elected officials. Listen to your friends. Listen to what the treasurer has to say. Listen to what the financial secretary has to say. Listen to what your vice president has to say. What your secretary has to say. It is not only you. And I have given all of these advices. You can only succeed if you collaborate. But each time I gave these advices to the president, you don't take it. You don't take anything. And this has me really frustrated. And I elevated it from personal conversation between us to our chat rooms, to call the attention of all our stakeholders to say, this federation, we are losing something. We cannot have an institution, we cannot have General Assembly. Our president cannot make financial report to us. We don't know what is going on. We don't know what is happening. Recently, the government just transferred almost $40,000 United States dollars. But do we still have money in the cover? Do we still not? Where are we? We don't know anything. How do we know? So the president is extremely stubborn. And I keep telling him as a brother, this is not your property. If you want to unilaterally operate an institution, form your company and be the sole proprietor. Our children have to come and see LCF. I came, I met LCF, I left it. Other people will come and they have vested interest in chess. So we have to be meticulous how we manage chess, because chess is a game of thinking. If honesty and transparency cannot be seen in the governance of chess now, what can we tell people? What can we say to people? So it hurts me to see how much I invested in chess to get it at that level, along with support from all our partners. To see everything being lost in just split second only because one leader feels that he's so powerful than everyone else. So I have tried my best, and I'm calling this press conference all a due frustration to call attention, national and international attention to this issue. I receive calls every day from our international partners who the federation is indebted to. They are not paying. So these are embarrassing things. So we must call their attention to this issue to see how best we can solve it.
Okay.
The question that surrounding the financial report.
What do you think, like you said, you are asking, what do you think there's no financial report? Now what you said?
Yeah. Why bend the hitches and why the
I think you just raised some of the issues.
Whenever we raise the issue to the president don't respond. The president don't say anything. Mr. President, when he giving the Federation a financial report, we should have a general assembly. That's what our constitution says. Have a general assembly. You attended some of our general assembly when our president. You went there. It was open. Our financial report was open. We stood and gave financial report. You covered it live to the chess body. They asked me questions. We responded to those questions. Where there was questions, they asked me. Where people have comments, they made it. So this is what we want to enjoy. But it has been taken away from us.
Mr. President, I'm Thomas Kojo. I work for Freedom FM and Freedom TV. I'm concerned today. So one may say you bashing back at the current president. You have to bring on board. And my concern has to do with the president saying in a letter of resignation a few months ago that he was resigning from the federation. You as one of those championing the cause for the president to come back. Why did you see at that time that you are championing the cause for the president to come back?
I told the president, you cannot come and meet a peaceful institution. We give you this institution in peace. I turn over to you in peace. You have coherence in the leadership, in the membership, in the stakeholders. I pass all those files to you. You cannot come, you destroy everything, then you say you leaving, you resigning. You leave us in debt, internationally and locally. You say you resigning? No. Stay on. They see way how when I was in this position, I made it enviable that you saw it as something that you can come for, leave there, fix the problem, make it enviable for another person. Because he said, I cannot assume the position. Our constitution, our vice president should go there. The vice president said, no, the place is too messy. I can't assume it. So I said, I'm resigning. So there will be constitutional crisis. So I was one of the stakeholders that championed the cause to say, Mr. President, you are not resigning. You are going to stay on and clear the mess. How do I know who you are indebted to? Imagine we're at one of the stakeholder meeting, there was a rate that came from one partner to the federation of indebtedness. Who are you leaving these things with? So you got to clear it. You got to clear these things. It is your choice to stay or to leave, but don't mess on the federation and say you are leaving. No, it's premature. That's bad leadership. And these are things that I have been pointing out to him secretly in our chat room, and today we are bringing it to the attention of Liberia, West Africa, of Africa, and the world. Because it hurts me when I invest in chess to see everything being damaged, only because there is somebody that want to damage it intentionally.
Okay, Mr. President, thank you. Is there anything you want to talk about before we come to the end of this press conference?
These are just our initial steps that we are taking as key stakeholder of this institution, as the immediate past president. I will continue this engagement, this constructive engagement with our president. Report financially to our people. Tell our people what you're doing with money that you're collecting. Have general assembly. Have national championship. Collaborate with all the leaders. The money that government giving you, that's not your money. Report on it. Tell what you're doing with it. I will continue to engage in privately, publicly, individually, and in every means that is available to my person in order to restore the dignity and the image of this federation. I will not get tired about it. This is just the beginning, and I want to be sitting and be happy like how I was when our female team were performing exceedingly well at the Olympia. This is what I want to see. Then it means that, okay, William Thompson, your effort, your money, your time that you invested in a federation, it is still living and active. I don't want to see a federation that I have invested in along with other parties be becoming dormant, that we can't see anything happening. It is disappointing, it is troubling, it's saying that I wasted my time. And chess is the future of this country, of which we continue to preach, and we'll be stirring about it, and we'll continue to speak to our president. Drop down your egos. Come down, you are the servant, you are not the boss. Come down and listen. Don't be scared. If you made mistake with funding or whatsoever, or you did something, come and tell us. Don't hide it from us. We'll chastise you at the back. We'll lash at you at the back, and we'll fix it to go forward. So I want to stop here and say thank you very much for you.
Thank you.
Let's continue this constructive engagement as we wish to see a prosperous and better Liberia Chess Federation that will push the development of chess in across all our counties, our major cities, rural areas, and our schools as well. Thank you.